All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. I'd also like to give double honors to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone that do root well. And I would like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect in the 1/3. And Lords, with this lesson will be edifying and exhorting to the sincere sheep of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bahar, Rachakodash. And Tawadia, Bashem, Yahushai, for giving me the inspiration to do this lesson. And as the title reads, another movie showing you prophecy. All right. And I'm sure a lot of you brothers and maybe even some of you few sincere sisters have seen this movie. But I recently rewatched it the other night, The Manchurian Candidate. And I actually found this movie to be very, very edifying in the aspects of Esau Edom is showing you blatantly the devices, and I'm going to use that word a lot in this lesson. All right. As you've heard brothers coin the MOTB, the Rice device. Okay. The Rice device. And look right here. I didn't even see this within the algorithm. You have three score, you have 666, that's the vibration that Esau's pushing with this mark. Okay. So I happened to watch this movie, The Manchurian Candidate, again. And I found it to be very edifying with new eyes. One thing I noticed as you move forward in this truth, your travels, you gain experience, and certain things you may have watched when you first came in compared to when you watch it a few years later, there's things you might have missed. But one thing I just enjoyed about this movie is how they blatantly showed you that Esau Edom's military, okay, they have their mind's eye on advancing their military forefront with technology, okay? And that's the reason why you have a program called DARPA, which I'll actually get that real quick as well. And all this is Esau and the workings of Satan, okay? When you merge man, let me put this in. When you merge man and machine, all right, what you're doing is against Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, because let's go to Genesis. All right. When you go into Genesis, it says, let's make man in our image, right? Now that means the laws, the statutes, okay, the commandments, the ways of life, and also our makeup, okay, our what they would call our genetic makeup. See, the creation. But what you have to understand is with this MOTB is that Esau Edom, he wants to portray himself as God, and he wants to create his own creation or creatures in his image. Okay. So, when you look at the MOTB and you start seeing AI coming out more, you really have to understand that there's a sinister aspect to this technology for man. So let's go down to Genesis 1 just to make this quick point. We could go into the fifth day, but right here, Genesis 1 and 27, 26, it says, and the powers. Okay, so right here, you need to understand for this word God, it's plural for Elohim. Okay, so Yahweh is not mentioned in Genesis 1 because in Genesis 1, this is referring to Yahweh Shai and the elect angels. All right, and it says, and the powers and the Elohim said, let us make man in our image. Okay, let's go into this word image real quick. I don't want to make this a long lesson, but we do want to make it an edifying one. Image, likeness, resemblance. Okay, so remember the Lord's Prayer in Matthew 6, let it be done on earth as it is in heaven. But man wants to make their own heaven and their own earth and their own creation. Okay, this is the rebellion of the creature versus the creator. And maybe I might retitle it that, the rebellion of the creature versus the creator. Okay. And that's really what you got to understand, because a lot of our people that find out that they're Israelites, they get misconstrued with the prophecy pertaining to the mark because it's kind of fanned over or brushed over, when you have to understand that you're dealing with a very sinister being who has a God-like mentality where he wants to be God himself, and he's willing to create abominable creatures to have his own creation. Okay, now look, it goes down to especially an idol. So when Esau wants to make man in his image, he's going to do it in the fashion of an idol. So you're going to need to have a certain device, technology, or an idol to become this level of an image that Esau Edom sees fit. See, this is what you're dealing with. Okay, so it says, going back, okay, it says, someone could say we're getting, hey, well, these are facts, okay? Because don't let someone say, oh, conspiracy theory. Listen, this thing is real, okay? The Esau created the term conspiracy theorist when he took down one of his own kings in the 60s here in Babylon. So they use that word to deter people from the truth. So we're here to bring truth to you. So if this seems a little far-fetched, well, you're not in reality, okay? Because there's a lot of things that seem far-fetched that people take for face value that we're not going to get into. We're in the days a lot, and I'll leave it there. It says, and the power said, let us make man in our own image, after our likeness, right? As it is done in heaven, let it be done on earth. And let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So the powers created man in his own image. In the image of power created he him. Male and female created he them. Now, what Esau wants to do as well with AI is he can create a machine and he can choose what it wants to be today or tomorrow. And I'm not going to get too much into that aspect of it, but I just wanted to make mention of this. So the point is here is in the beginning, all right, creation was made in the image to serve Yahweh Shemel Shai, laws, statutes, and commandments. But now Esau wants to create a creation with his own image, with his own mindset. Now, real quick, this just came to mind. iRobot 3 laws. Now look at this. So remember the movie iRobot with Will Smith? Well, they created the 3 laws of robotics. Is that not creating an image? Now let me just see. I could read it there, but I kind of want to just, okay. It says the 3 laws of robotics, according to Isaac. Okay, so that is that. Oh, it's funny. Isaac, right? Abraham Isaac. Let's go to this one. The first law, a robot may not injure a human or through inaction allow a human to come to harm. So right here, you're seeing Esau create a creation, right? And here's his image. This is the standard that you got to live by. See, you got to understand that this man is planning a world dominating order to never fall out of power. And if he has to merge with a machine to live forever, he's willing to go to that length. This is the end goal when we talk about Esau's NWO, when we talk about the World Forum, when we tell you that the Slayer is getting ready to slay. See, he has to have this mindset for the energy that he's getting ready to put himself in the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, you have to understand that he's been given a vain idea to rage in so that prophecy ultimately can be fulfilled. So when you listen and hear about the mark, you can't just brush it off as something light or something simple. This is going to be a change on a societal level. Okay, this is going to change society as you know it, and he's going to be doing it through his technology and ultimately his devices. But these devices, okay, are coming on a satanic vibration. Now, going back to this movie Manchurian, okay, which Manchurian, let me give you another definition. I'm going to be throwing kind of a lot of little information at you with the scriptures, so just bear with me. So Manchurian candidate in the dictionary.com on the politics by dictionary, a Manchurian candidate is a person, especially a politician, being used as a puppet by enemy power. Now, the reason why I found this very edifying is because what this movie showed you is that Esau Edom was taking his own military and he was brainwashing them with technology and science to control them to do what he wanted. And in this movie, they created a scenario of a war hero, and then they put him as this war hero and then a politician and then to be running for president while the whole time he has the mark tapped into his body. Okay. And they mess with their brains. All right. It was a very, very edifying movie. Like, even if we could put this in, let me see if this even comes up. Yep. See, it is a political thriller about the son of a prominent U.S. political family who is brainwashed into being an unwitting assassin for the communist conspiracy, and they were using the MOTB to control them, to track them, to mind control them. Okay, so when we talk about the mark, it's not just something simple as buying and selling, even though what John saw was them buying and selling. And here's a scene where Denzel pulled a device out of this puppet's back. Okay, he pulled the device out of his puppet's back. Now, this is very satanic. You have to understand the MOTB is one of the highest levels of Satanism, because what it's being used as is being used as an unholy spirit. It's being used to control people. Remember, there's no free will. Man's goings is of the Lord. So when you have man trying to alter the goings of the Lord in their own technology, what you have here is the Tower of Babel all over again. So you have to understand the level that the wickedness is at here. So let's put, I believe it's Proverbs 20 and 24, man going. Let's just put there, or 21 and 24. Okay, we'll go to it. Proverbs 24 and 20, something like that. Okay, there is no free will. So when you have man, attempting to control their own will with their own devices, yeah, that's demonic. Okay, Proverbs 24 and okay, let's try that. Let's try Proverbs 20 and 24. I know it's right there. For brothers got it, you can post it, Baba Kasha. Proverbs 20 and 24. There's a few I could get. Yep. Proverbs 20 and 24. Oh, look, now I'm about to get deep. I'm being funny. Aren't we in year 2024? Aren't we in year 2024? Proverbs 20 and 24. Man's goings are of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. How can a man then understand his own way? So ultimately, Esau, Edom, by coming against the Lord, he's actually doing what the Lord wants by fulfilling prophecy. But look at the level that he has to go to do it. He has to create devices so that these devices can alter the equilibrium and mindset of a man. So now they're being puppeteered, they're being controlled. And that's what this movie showed you. They showed you how to control humans outside of God's will, quote unquote, right? There's God speaking about Yahweh. Well, this mark is a technology to control the creature. Okay, so this is the rebellion of the creature versus the creator. So the movie Gamer, you had what is his name? Terry Crews. He didn't have the mark, so he said there's no strings on me. So what Esau's doing by putting this mark in you is he's ultimately trying to take the strings of Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, off of you and saying, now I can control you. Remember, Esau has this mindset of throwing the Jacob off of him, okay? And Jacob is a representation of Yahweh. Let's go to Genesis 25 to show you that real quick. Remember, it will come a time to pass where he will take the yoke from his brother off of thy neck, and that happened under the rulership of King David. But this is the mindset that Esau has to this very day. Genesis 27 and 40. Let's go. Let's start at 39 for Esau. Let's start at 38. It says, and Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth. Now, I believe this word fatness should go into oil, which that's one of the things that Esau Edom prides himself in for his riches in invading lands is what? Oil. Yep, oil. See? Okay, so the fatness of the land ultimately going into the oil and receiving the fruits of that land. And it says the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven from above. This is why Esau Edom claims he landed on the moon. This is why he's allowed to have his satellites in the sky. Okay, the Psalms 19. Okay, the unicorn talking about the satellites with the feed horn, right? So this is why he has the ability of technology to a certain level. Okay, and it says, "And by thy sword shalt thou live." Okay, by thy sword shalt thou live, and shall serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. So Esau, Edom has a spirit of rebellion when it comes to servitude. So this is his way of not serving the father anymore, okay? By being able to control himself through his own devices and technology, okay? This is why he wants to program and control creation to show the father that he can control man more than him. See, this is just it's just a rebellion. It's an attack against the creator. And let's prove it further. This is 2 Thessalonians 2:8. It says, actually we have to start up. This is 2 Thessalonians 2:4. It says, "Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worship, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, shewing himself that he is God." And that's what Esau Edom has done with his programs to merge technology and science with war, okay, has given him the ability to control creation. So now he feels like he's God mode, okay? Now right here, here's an actual article that came out in 2016 that literally coincides with the movie Manchurian Candidate. And another fun fact, the word Manchurian, it goes into the word Manchuria, which is a region in China. So I don't know if that was kind of like a sly diss to try to say that Moab is setting up puppet leaders. But at the end of the day, we know that the wise men of Teman, we know Esau's heart is deep. So we know Esau Edom is the one spearheading this, these devices, okay? Hence why he's heavy into AI, okay? So don't look at the MOTB as something light and it's just going to know. You're going to be seeing a lot more man and machine interaction on a high level. This is why people now are stuck to their cell phones to the point to where they can't leave home without it or let it sit down more than 10 minutes, okay? So it says Babylon's military wants to create MOTB soldiers, okay? And this is, look, all right, right here, okay? Works on C-hips in the brain that will translate between brain and computer. So he wants to turn man to have a thought process being engineered through AI, okay? You have to understand that. This is why I said this movie is so dope, right? So fire, all right? This is a very edifying movie. This movie shows you how he can put a device in you and he can control you through the computer. So now if you're being controlled by a computer, now you're not being controlled by the Lord. See, this is his rebellion. The creation has rebelled against the creature. The creature has rebelled against creation. And I keep saying that. It came to me during this lesson, so I actually might retitle it. But this is ultimately what you have to realize as prophecies being fulfilled with the mark. You have to say, what is the mindset that the Lord has put on Esau to give them this idea? Remember, it says, who will go down and be in lying spirit? So when a council was set against Edom, when a council was set against Babylon, there were certain strategic things that had to be put in the minds of the elites of Esau to further prophecy. And we're seeing it play out. They really believe that their devices will be able to continue their rulership without the hand of who they call God. Okay. Now, let's keep going. So he opposes and exalts himself. And now this is why you have something called AI God. Let's look that up real quick. Which I've been wanting to go into that for a while. AI God. Let's just do that. Are you there, AI? It's me, God. Okay, let me see. I actually was looking up. Oh, yeah. See, Gods in the Machine. See, right here. Here we go. Gods in the Machine, The Rise of Artificial Intelligence, the movie Ex Machina. Okay, let me look that up for you. I've been mentioning that as well. So I'm just trying to give you brothers and sisters some visualization. So Ex Machina means God from the machine. This was another movie that he created, and also a video game. Okay. And he's basically showing you the plans of what they're going to do. All right. So now that I got that, let's get some more precepts. He's showing himself he's as God. He did that on a carnal level. Now he's doing it on a technical level. Okay. Now let's jump down. Verse 8. And then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. So ultimately, Esau, Edom will be destroyed in the brightness of the coming of Yahweh Shai, but he's being revealed right now by the spirit of truth, and the Lord is using his prophets to do so. Okay, he's using us to use the scriptures to rebuke, identify, and prophesy against this wicked, evil Edomites. It says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. Now, there's another point. I actually have 2 points. Let's get Romans 1, and then let's get this term. It's called body on sea hips. Okay? Yeah, you ever hear of that? It's called body on right here. Now, I'll give it to you in a nutshell. So basically, they created the technology of the MOTB to put on your body to fight against pestilence. Doesn't that sound kind of funny? So if there was a world issue of pestilence, and they would need to keep society functioning and protect society, here's how he's going to do it. He's going to present himself as a savior, and he's going to use his technology as disciples. You see, he's going to recreate a new way of salvation, and it's going to be through technology. Okay. So go look these things up. Okay. Look these words up. Okay. There's a lot more, but I'm so let's keep going. It says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. Now, Romans tells you what? Romans 1 and I think 26. Let me see. Oh, I like that. I like all that. Let's start at right here. Let's start Romans 1 and 21. Now let's see. Romans 1 and 20. It says, for the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse, because that when they knew the Most High, they glorified him not as the Most High, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations. This is what's taking place right now. Okay, this is what's taking place. They are vain in their imagination. Okay, and now this is the aspect that they'll go. Now, just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. All right. Sorry about that. But I do feel like this is a good point right here. Salakia. So it says Romans 1, and let's read this again because there's a lot of good points in there. Because this is talking about Jake first, right? Because that when they knew the Most High, they glorified him not as the Most High, like Esau is showing you today. Esau's not glorifying the Most High. He's glorifying his own devices. Okay? He's glorifying his devices. And he's setting them up as a savior. He's setting them up as God. Okay? He's controlling man with these devices. So he's saying, if I can control man with what I create, then we don't need God anymore. The Tower of Babel mindset. Breaking the yoke of iron off of him mindset. Complete rebellion. This is what's all going on. See, when these other Israelites fan their hand, he said, Chip, what you talking about? We ain't talking about no chips. Don't you're an ignorant fool. You're unknowingly a fool, man. Okay? The MOTB is a very major, important part of prophecy of the end because Esau Edom cannot advance forward with a world dominating power without AI. Okay? He can't do it. It's not humanly possible. See, this is why we're going to get spiritual power. This is Esau's closest attempt of having spiritual power: Bluetooth, Wi-Fi. Okay, putting something in his mind to connect with a device across the room. That's the only way that he can exude what you would deem as spiritual power, healing, things of that nature. You see, he needs this technology to present himself as God. Otherwise, it won't work. You know. So let's keep going. And it says, because it says, when they knew the Most High, they glorified him not. Right. Speaking about Jake, but we're using this as Esau. Neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened. And that's because being around the heathen. Okay. Because man is surely vain by nature. So you start getting drunk and watching shooting stars. You start getting drunk and seeing the way wind moves fire. You start getting drunk watching a computer program be able to break down a chess or a math equation faster than a fifth grader. So now you think, I am God. Oh, in the movie Ex Machina, see, the Spirit got me in these movies, but I'm using your scriptures. But in the movie Ex Machina, this is the quote. He said, that's the life of a God. What the hell did he say? Yeah, he said that's the history of gods. Yeah, right here. Here's the scene. Let me see. Sick movie, by the way. That's the history of gods. Give me the quote, baby. Right here. Yeah. It says, this recent cultural obsession, which deserves its own post, prompts a comment by awestruck Caleb, this is the character, after Nathan, the mad scientist, reveals his attempt to build a conscious machine, sentient being, okay? And the two helpfully explain to the audience what a Turing test is. If you created a conscious machine, it's not the history of man, right? But where is it? It's not the history of man. That's the history of gods. Do you understand the level that Esau Edom, his pride has him in right now, because he's been able to create a machine that can have a full-blown conversation? This is why AI is coming out on a level you do not see right now, because he needs AI to be interfaced with man to control man through this technology. Okay. That's what it is. AI is nothing more than a self-created, promoted prophet that gobbles up data and gives its own analysis and predictions. Did you know that? Let's show that real quick. Get back into the scriptures. Let me see how I can word this. Let me see how the hell I can word this. Oh yeah, AI is also with blockchain. Damn, how the hell? Okay, let's do it like this. AI and blockchain. This is the best way I can explain it for you. Which, if you don't know what blockchain is a platform that will be used to store data from digital currency, and then the AI will gobble up that data and then give its assessment and predictions based off the data it's received. So they go hand in hand. The MOTB will go hand in hand with Allen Iverson. Okay, so let me just go down real quick. Look at him. He's like, look, listen. See that? Look, he feels like he's God. Listen, we can alter reality. See, look, they got it in everything. And let's pray to Yahweh Shai don't take this lesson down. But it's like, how are we supposed to prophesize about what's coming, without showing you these things, All right. Well, I guess you look it up yourself. But when I was looking it up, it gave there. Maybe there's another article. Okay. But basically, it shows you, let's see. One area where applying Allen Iverson can benefit people and security of the platform using the digital currency, creating more resilient payment system, MOTB. I saw them buying and selling. Firstly, Allen Iverson algorithms can be used to analyze transaction patterns and data, allowing for detection and prevention. And then it also gives prediction. Let's do this. AI can take data and give, no, I want predictions because that's what it told me. See, chatbot prediction analytics. Allen Iverson models can process massive amounts of data to identify patterns and generate accurate predictions. Is that not a self-made technological prophet? You mean to tell me this guy is not worshiping the creature more than the creator? That's a creature. AI is a creature. It's something that he created. Okay, it's something that he created, and let's go back, and it says, with their imaginations and their foolish heart was darkened, professing themselves to be wise, they became fools and changed the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like to corruptible man and to birds and the four-footed beasts and the creeping things, meaning idols. They turned birds into gods. They turned four-footed beasts into gods. They turned laptops into gods. They turned Google into God. You see that? You see that? And it says, verse 25, let's keep going. It says, wherefore the Most High also gave them up to their uncleanness through the lust of their own heart. Right. So, hey, don't be, you better rebuke those lusts, man, because you keep feeding into them, tapping and playing with it. The Lord will give you over to it, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves. And now I'm going to say this because they did this on a left hand with Moism. They're going to dishonor their body by taking the MOTB. Okay. You're going to dishonor your body by lusting after this idol and taking the MOTB. Look, who changed the truth of Yahweh into a lie and worshiped and served the creature more than the creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. You see that? So man is now worshiping the creature more than the creator. Do you see that, brothers? So this MOTB is not just some light little thing, man. Okay. We're talking changes on a societal level where there will be a third party that is now going to be allowed by law to institute a matter pertaining to your human body. Esau is going to allow machine to dictate what happens with humans. Do you hear that? Do you hear what's really going on here? Okay. So let's see where else we're at. Okay. Yep. Look this up if you want. Watch this movie. This was also a good one. Okay. But now let's tap a little into this. Okay. It says Babylon is working to create a C-hip that can be put in a soldier's brain to connect them directly to AI. Okay. See? So they want control. They want to control you. This is left-handed magic. This is left-hand wickedness. They want to control you when man's goings are of the Lord. If man's goings are of the Lord, why is man trying to cut the control of the Lord off, and they're using devices to do so? Isaiah 32:7, the instruments also of the churl are evil. This is an instrument, okay? Just like Nebuchadnezzar was an instrument, all right? Just like the Assyrians were an instrument. The MOTB is going to be an instrument used, okay? The instruments also of the churl are evil. He devises wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words. And who's going to be speaking words of lies? Allen Iverson. Okay? Hey, the aid to the eye. Even when the needy speaketh right, and we're speaking right now, and then they're going to lie against us. Okay? That's why a great famine's coming. Okay? Also the schemes of the schemer are evil. Okay? The scoundrel. As for the scoundrel, his devices are evil. Exactly. Okay? They're very evil. What do we got here? Let me see. This is 2nd Ezra 9:20. So I considered the world, and behold, there was peril because of the devices that will come into it. These are the devices that are going to cause peril. Okay, let's look the word peril up. All right. Danger, risk, hazard, jeopardy, exposure of a person, of property, injury, loss, or destruction. See? Because great destruction is coming for those that bow down to the image and the MOTB of the beast. Okay? So this is what the peril is going to happen because of these devices. This is a very serious thing. Okay? This isn't a light thing. This is very serious. All right? Wisdom of Solomon 9:14, for the thoughts of mortal men are miserable, and our devices are but uncertain. So his devices, he's doing all these years of experiments and technology and more experiments so he can have it foolproof. But while he's eating, he's going to be in straight. So he's not going to fully get to the level that he wants, but he's going to get oh so close. So there's levels to people receiving the mark. Now, this is why John saw it in their foreheads. Okay. Revelations 13 and 16. It says, and he calleth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. There's a reason why John saw it in their heads. Okay. Because they're going to be for the super soldiers. All right. They're going to be for different reasons than just being tracked. Okay. When you get in your hand, that's just for you to be tracked and your carbon footprint and your buying and selling. Then you're going to have a different portion of people, soldiers, men, could even be women, that will have it in their foreheads for other reasons, as you see here. And as you also see in these movies. Okay. So I'm going to leave it there. I really just wanted to touch on it. I just happened to see this movie the other night. Just been going into a lot of information pertaining to this, advancement that Esau is showcasing to the world. But what you need to understand is what he's showcasing you is ultimately for a societal demise at an attempt of a new world order. Okay. So be aware. Okay. Don't be just looking at this as it's nothing and it's just simple. Okay, this is a modern day idol that he's going to be able to use, and you're going to have the world, majority of the world is going to fall down and worship it by being offered unto it and becoming one with it because he wants to make man in his own image. This is a complete rebellion from the creature versus the creator, a complete rebellion of the creature versus the creator. So I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to say call halal, Yahweh Bashem El Shai, Bashem Rakakwadash, double honors to my elders and apostles, a great millstone that do rule well. With that being said, shalom.